Hi, Aries. This is your late April and May 2026 love reading. We're going to take a look at the energies surrounding your love life, and then we're going to take a look at the energies around the person on your mind, what they're thinking about you, and then we'll pull some oracle cards. All right, getting started, we've got the Page of Cups. So you're kind of in a place where you're like learning. If you're a single Aries, you might be starting to date someone or just starting to like want to date, like changing or engaging with dating in a different or new way. You're also feeling really stable right now. Your love life could be stable if you're an Aries that's like with another person or persons. That relationship could be looking like really stable. And if you're a single Aries, this is more about you feeling grounded in what you have in the material world and that being able to feed into you feeling a little bit more ready to be like engaging with others in a romantic way. We've also got the Six of Cups. You could be meeting somebody that you want to have kids with, or realizing you want to have kids with somebody, or just realizing you want to have kids in general. Or it's also possible there's somebody from the past coming back. We'll get some clarity on that. Let's get one more card before we clarify some of these. We've got the Five of Pentacles. So there's also this feeling of maybe not totally understanding like an entire situation in this moment, or maybe feeling a little bit like left out or even forgotten about. Um, I'm not totally. We're gonna clarify that Five of Cups or Five of Pentacles. I'm not totally sure though that this person or the situation has intentionally left you out, Aries. Let's see. We've got the Nine of Wands. So there's been some difficulty. And I think you might be feeling left out, Aries, from like dating world in general. Maybe you haven't been dating for a while. Maybe you've had like a bit of a cold spell in your love life, but things have felt a little bit like difficult, or maybe even more than a little bit, because we've got the Nine of Wands there. And the Nine of Wands is this card of being like, whoa, all of this has been so hard. Also, acknowledging like a lot of hard work that you've done, and hard work, especially towards your love life. And it can only lead to making your love life more stable and more fulfilling. So there could be this moment of like reflection for you right now, Aries. Let's clarify this Six of Cups, clarified by the Queen of Wands. Yeah, I think you're wanting to think about starting a family, or just like finding, like I talked about before, some stability, Aries. In your love life, you're really in May, especially, you're investing a lot in how you can like maybe have children, or just like grow your community and your world and your connections that are based very much in like your emotions, so things that you do that you really love. Let's get this Page of Cups clarified. Aries, I think you're going to meet people when you're out in spaces where you're feeling like the most like yourself. So whether that be like you have a job that, for instance, if you're like a teacher and that's where you feel like the most yourself, you might meet a parent. I don't know if you can date parents, but but whatever you're doing, you could be like out with your friends and just having fun and you're feeling all like yourself. But wherever you're feeling like the most powerful and the most passionate is where you're going to meet people that have potential to, like, if you want to start a family, you start a family with. So clarifying this Page of Cups, we've got the Queen of Swords. So you are feeling this month maybe even a little too like uh, overthinking things. Maybe you're just feeling a little too investigative about folks. There's a lot. So it is wise, especially if you're meeting somebody for the first time in person, to, if you can Google their name or whatever, search their name, um, and learn a little bit about them. That's always helpful. But then there's a point where you're like just kind of reviewing their social media, and by doing that, you're setting up a false like pretense of who this person actually is in your mind, Aries. So you don't want to like go too hard on the social media, and maybe even try and give yourself some boundaries in terms of like looking at their profile. And let them tell you who they are, instead of you making a picture of them in your mind from the social media, Aries. All right, so clarifying the Four of Pentacles, we've got the Six of Swords. I think, like I had been saying, you may have had a period of difficulty with your love life, and you're definitely leaving it. Things feel stable now, and I think things are stable. Things may not have been stable for a while. I think Aries, you have been working at some difficulties, or just like like lifing really hard at you, Aries. Just like life coming at you really hard, and you having to your Aries, you're one of the signs that is typically like very blessed, is known for their luck. And so you've been like able to navigate some difficulties. And the great thing about the nine in tarot is that it means we're almost at the 10, and the 10 is like the end of that cycle. So with the Six of Swords clarifying that Four of Pentacles, this is like a lot of energy around you leaving that difficulty. The Six of Swords is a card where we're in a boat and we're leaving to calmer waters, and we're protected by swords, and we have help from like an unknown stranger. So I like this a lot for you. Let's pull some cards on how the person on your mind feels about you, or what they're thinking about you. And if you don't have a person on your mind, you can just kind of use this as like the energies around like anybody you might romantically interact with. First, we've got the King of Pentacles. So, Aries, the person on your mind is really seeing you as a very grounded person, very stable, very like connected to the material world, but also like not just connected, like not, in tune with the earth and everything, but also just very aware of what's happening and able to manipulate that, but not manipulate in like a way that is harmful, but like manipulate in a way that is beneficial to you and others. So let's pull a couple more. But this person is really seeing you, Aries, as like a leader and a stable figure. We've also got the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, and they probably see you as somebody who makes a lot of money. And Aries, you are a sign known for making money. So they see you as somebody who like has a lot. And if you're not making a lot of money now, they see you as somebody with potential to make a lot of money. And how else do they see you? They think about you a lot, Aries. With the Three of Wands, they imagine like what the future could be with you, and that future this doesn't have to be like a future where you get married. This could be the future of if you're like hooking up with somebody, like what that might be like the next time, or just like a casual dating. It doesn't have to be something serious. And one more, the Ace of Wands. Like I said, keep it casual. The Ace of Wands is this card of like physical intimacy and passion. So they're seeing that as a potential with you. But because we are at the, I'm not really seeing like a lot of, they see you as a stable person, but I don't know if they see you as their stable person. Uh, I'm sorry, Aries, if that's like a little harsh. Let's see if we can get any cups here in terms of how they see you, Aries. We've got another Queen of Wands. This is your second Queen of Wands in the reading. So they see you as like a paternal figure or a maternal figure, but they see you as this figure of somebody who creates. They see you as a bright light. They see you as somebody who is very passionate. They see you as somebody who really loves like the outsider or things that are unique in the world. Um, let's pull some love oracle cards to find out like what they're thinking about you. These are a little bit more specific messages. But Aries, like also keep your mind open to the various opportunities that are available for you in the dating world right now, especially if they are those casual ones. Your laugh is amazing. So they like your voice, Aries. They like your laugh when you smile. But is that enough to get you? So this is, I need to see you. They want to see you very much, but it's very important that you maintain your sense of like emotional autonomy. So if you need to have your boundaries, then keep your boundaries. I have trouble to express myself, so they may have trouble expressing their feelings towards you. It's okay, because you are a person you are a sign that has a lot of patience for communication, and you tend to give people second chances. Okay, Aries, let's pull a couple more oracle cards about what you should focus on this month for your love life, like the vibe of it. We've got manifestation. So the things you want in life, Aries, I mean, the cards say you are a little bit more focused on like your real material world things, the things you're building, the things you're creating with your mind, with your thoughts. And that's more so like your focus than the dating right now. And so what you're manifesting, whether it be in your like wallet or your dating life, or you're just like emotional world, but focus on that manifestation because your thoughts are very, very powerful, Aries. It's important to remember that. And let's get a few more. We've also got variance. So keep in mind that you don't want to do the same thing over and over again. If you find yourself doing the same thing over and over again in your love life and you're still achieving the same results, then try something different. Try a different frequency, emotional frequency. So if you're trying for like, if you're just like, all right, I'm just dating to marry, and that's not working for you, then maybe try dating casually. And finally, we've got divine masculine, number 32. So if you are feeling, no matter what your gender identity is, when you're tapping into your own sense of masculinity, everybody has a sense of masculinity and femininity. Or neither, or a total absence. But I think that like there's a big variance there about how we can tap into different aspects of gender. So to do that, I think that will be helpful for your love life. All right, Aries, if you're still watching, thank you so much. Come back next week and maybe hug the like button or the subscribe button. And I'll see you later.